What's up, bud? It's Rob. This is Apparel Success, and in this video right now, what I want to talk to you about is how to gain a whackload of momentum for your clothing brand. I'm going to be talking to you about something known as positive feedback loops and how these positive feedback loops will help take your clothing brand from a place of scarcity, where you're not making a lot of sales, to a place of abundance, where the ball has been rolled down the hill and it's gaining momentum and you're going to a very good place very, very quickly. All right, this video is going to be great. Here it is. This channel here is sponsored by my buds over at Design Crowd, and if you need designs made for your clothing brand, I highly recommend that you check out Design Crowd. Design Crowd's a website that helps entrepreneurs crowdsource amazing designs from designers located all around the world, and for a special $100 VIP offer for Apparel Success viewers only, head over to www.designcrowd.com/apparel to learn more, or simply use the discount code APPAREL when you post a project on Design Crowd. All right, scarcity has a very, very real weight to it, and abundance has a very, very real weight to it. And what this means is that when you're stuck in scarcity, when you're starting from that place of not having any resources, you don't have a lot of followers, you don't have any customers yet, you're not making any sales, you don't have any celebrities yet, this is a very, very real phenomenon that you'll go through, where you'll find it very, very hard to get your first customers. You'll find it very, very hard to gain any momentum coming from this place. And that's because there is a gravitational pull to scarcity based on your current level of resources, okay? So what people are doing, the reason why you're stuck is because when you're trying to push clothing out there to actually sell it, and people are coming across your brand, they're looking at your brand and then they're saying, all right, well, who is this associated with? What other customers have purchased this clothing before? Where is the direct, real, empirical evidence that this is actually a cool brand that I'm not going to regret buying later, okay? And if people are looking at your account and seeing only 100 followers, only 200 followers, or even like 1,000 followers, and there's really not many pictures of customers wearing it, there's no celebrities wearing it, then that's evidence that your brand isn't as cool as other brands that they could be buying, and so they're just going to go off and buy that brand instead. Now, what I'm saying here is actually something that goes under the surface. People don't think about this consciously. It's just how they react to the marketplace. On the other side of the spectrum, if your clothing brand's in abundance and you're making sales and you have a bunch of customers coming in all the time, you have celebrities wearing your clothing, and you've got a lot of followers on Instagram, then anytime a new customer comes to your account, they're going to have direct evidence that your clothing brand is cool, and they'll be much, much quicker at actually pulling the trigger and being willing to invest in your clothing brand, okay? Now, I want to introduce to you a concept known as positive feedback loops. And this concept is really going to help take you from a place of scarcity with your clothing brand to a place of abundance. When it comes to first starting up your clothing brand, that first customer that you're trying to get will always be the hardest. And I'm not talking about your friends and family buying your clothing. I'm talking about a complete stranger who has zero investment in the success of your clothing brand and is just looking to buy your clothing because it is cool. That will always be the hardest customer to attain, because they have to stick their neck out the most and take a leap of faith in trusting that your clothing brand is actually cool without actually looking to anybody else and seeing whether it is cool or not. Now, what a positive feedback loop is here, and how to actually get this working in your favor, is that when your first customer buys from you, your potential second customer will say, well, why should I buy from this clothing brand? And you can say, well, I have this customer over here who's bought from me. Ask him how the clothing is. And then if that person gives you a good review, it makes it much easier to close that second customer than it is to get that first customer. And this builds on itself, okay? This is how you gain momentum, because now when you get your potential third, fourth, and fifth customer, they can look back and say, well, this clothing brand has 4 customers that I can talk to, and if all of them give good reviews, then it makes it much easier to keep closing and closing. And you'll eventually build these positive feedback loops up to the point where you've got celebrities wearing your clothing, you've got thousands of customers, thousands of followers, to the point where it's so obvious, it triggers it in their brain that they don't even really have to search to find why they should buy that clothing. It's just something that they want because the clothing is obviously cool and doing well. This is why I'm always talking to you about being patient and not being in a rush with your clothing brand, is because the hardest point in running your clothing brand and getting those customers is at the beginning. And it takes time for you to actually make those first sales, because it's truly much more difficult to make sales at the beginning than it is later on once you have this momentum. And really the graph will look something like this in terms of your sales over the years. It'll go really, really slowly as you're making those first customers, and be really patient through that point. And then eventually you'll reach a point where it shoots up, okay? It's not like this, it goes like this. And that's because that initial phase of going through gaining momentum takes time and is very, very difficult to get through. But if you keep pushing at it, if you stick at it, like for us, it took 6 months to a year to gain our first real significant batch of customers to the point where they started to flood in like that. It can take a lot of time. And I really want to break down how exactly we built on our positive feedback loops for my own clothing brands, really so that you can understand this and get a real feel for it. And I remember when I first started at my clothing brand, we weren't making many sales to strangers at all when we first started. I'm talking like 3 months to 6 months of just really struggling to make any sales at all. And I remember we went to an event local to us, and these 5 guys who were basically professional athletes or like semi-professional athletes bought our clothing from us at this event, and they ended up tagging us in pictures on social media. And that really helped us gain momentum and gain this positive feedback loop of people now coming to our account and seeing these people wearing it and thinking, okay, well now it's cool, and then they buy, right? And so now you've got this old group who bought first, and this new group, and so that now anytime anybody else comes along, they see both of those groups have bought, and then it adds to the amount of people who have bought, and the positive feedback loop just keeps going and going. I really hope I did a good job of explaining that. Even when I think about this YouTube channel here, it was much harder to gain subscribers at the beginning when I was first starting talking into this video and I had no other subscribers on the channel. And now that I have close to 10,000 subscribers, anytime anybody comes across the channel, they have direct evidence that people are actually watching this, people are getting a lot of value from it, and it makes it easier for them to want to subscribe. So the rate of subscribers that I'm getting is a lot faster now than it was at the beginning. And this is just a natural course of business. And as long as you understand this from the beginning, you'll be patient enough to actually keep executing and build it up slowly, not take it personally that you're not making any sales, just stick to a process and eventually be able to build your business up to where you have momentum and things are really easy for you. Hope you like this video here. Let me know what you think in the comments below and drop your brand down there as well. I like to check out the brands that are watching these videos. And if you haven't already, check out my free clothing brand marketing masterclass video. It's 100% free to watch. All you have to do to get access is go to www.apparelsuccess.com/masterclass. You can watch the whole thing for free. And if you've made it to this point in the video, I want to let you know about the closed Facebook group that we have going on for Apparel Success. There's a link in the description below. Follow that link. Join us in the group. We're a bunch of clothing brand owners all in there to support each other and answer each other's questions. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Peace. Lay back, get relaxed, and just lock in and soak up all this information. When new visitors come to your account, the first thing that they're gonna do is read your bio to find out exactly who you are and what you do. Say you reach 20,000 followers on Instagram and you get some celebrities and influencers, then you'll reach a certain point where you can finally leverage that. Like some of these celebrities, it's just like, sure bro, I'm down. Send me whatever you want, thanks a lot. Like you can just tell that, they don't really wanna be formal about stuff like this. And I'm going to show you in the next upcoming modules the very strategic and systematic way that you can go about doing it. I'm really excited to show you. I'm gonna show you right now exactly what to do to implement this system for yourself, and let's crack into it right now. What I'm doing here is I'm guiding you into the light. I'm gonna show you exactly how to grow up your account from the very beginning. If you don't have anything to leverage, it just constantly keeps growing, because as long as you're putting in the work, as long as the strategy's there, you will get results over time. You will get there. If you put all this in place that I'm about to share with you, you will get there. I'm really excited for you to do this.